Hey, comrades, what's up? I just played this management sim, I want to say, called 80 Days, and it's literally the 80 Days book by Jules Verne. And I call it a management sim because you have 80 days, so you have to manage time, and then you have money, so you have to manage that. You have inventory space and various decisions. So I think I originally stored it as an adventure game, but I don't think that's really quite what's going on. It's definitely more of hey, here's some resources, manage them in a way so that you can get to London from London, going around the world in 80 days. And the way it presents itself is you just have these little story caveats where you can talk to people, but the real goal is to find passages, find out what's valuable, find out what you can sell where, and kind of be able to plan out your journey. There's little stories, and the game is exceedingly woke. And yes, I did pause there for a second because there's virtually no visuals. Visuals are very minimal. So every now and then you'll have a little visual of your character, and you're a French valet to the English guy who made the bet with his country club or whatever that he could travel around the world in 80 days. And the whole game is very kind of steampunk-ish. I don't know if it's actually steampunk, because again, the visuals are you see the globe, and then you get various oh, you just took a train from wherever to wherever, so now there's a train there, a submarine, or and they have airships and stuff. So whatever you took to wherever, that shows up on the screen, and then you get a little backdrop of the city you're in. And then, but on occasion you'll be on a journey, on a ship or a train or something, and you can speak to somebody, and you'll have half a face here and the other half of the face facing them, and they're all just kind of it's not badly drawn, it's just there's a style to it that I barely remember what they even look like, so I wouldn't say it's good because it doesn't captivate me. And the rest of the game is just dialogue you read, and then you click on various dialogue points, and then you have these little when you get to certain towns you can buy and sell stuff. And the items have different abilities, as in you have something and you sell it somewhere else, you can sell it for a lot of money. And at first it was it would be oh, hey, take this to wherever, and I did, and it was tons of money. And so I racked up a lot of money at the beginning, and then somewhere around Russia, stuff would be oh, take this to Moscow or whatever, and I would be cool, and then I did, and it was worth virtually nothing, and I was why did you tell me the people in Moscow will pay a lot for this? That was a complete lie. And the rest of the game progressed like that. So I immediately the game starts, and I had 3,000 pounds because you're from England, and then I made another another 3,000 or 4,000 dollars. And then by the time you get through and so then I just kind of cruised through Europe, and by the time I got to oh, now you got to travel to America, that America trip cost 3,000 pounds, and so that left me with 2,000 pounds to get across America. But that I did not lose any money traveling across America because everything was so cheap. And then I get to New York, and I have 2 weeks left or something like that to get to London, and I was oh, they got a dirigible or whatever just that will sail me that will I can fly straight there in a few days. And I was cool, and it's 5,400 pounds, and I was fuck. But there's banks in a lot of these cities, so I just went to the bank and got a loan for 3,000 pounds, and it was I had to wait 4 or 5 days or whatever, but then again, the flight only took 2 days, so I was fuck it, yeah, we'll just sit here and do nothing for 4 or 5 days. I wish I could just skip ahead to that point, because it was just a lot of clicking on, hey, do you want to go explore, or do you want to just fuck around at the hotel? And I was fuck around at the hotel. I just want this game to be over with. And the game wasn't long. It took me maybe 2 hours to get through the whole thing. And then you can, then it's repeatable because you can take different pathways and try different things and whatnot. But I ramble because there's really not much to talk about. You just manage your assets and manage your time, and then you get through the game. And I got an ending where I got to London 5 days early, and then I got some rankings and stuff. And the rankings weren't hey, you did a good job. It was oh, you went to 12 of 60 cities. You were zestful or some bullshit nonsense. Like it's very, and so that this brings me into like the woke comment. Like the game works, there's no problems with it whatsoever, but it's like the game is not clear on what you're supposed to do, and then every single person in the game is like a woman, like that, and obviously non-women roles, which, you know, it's like I just kind of glaze over that because like none of these characters have any personality or any interest or whatever, but like every what was it, Aetheryte, like all these like various roles, like the leader of like the steam, the engine, like all these hyper masculine roles, like the captain of a ship, were all like women, and I was like at some point I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And then like the game isn't a very good game in terms of like I don't really know what's going on, and I don't know like why all this other shit is going on. And in my head, in the back of my head, I'm like, did they waste money on like a fucking consultant for this stupid shit? Because I vaguely enjoyed the game, but again, the game would like tell me things, and then those things would like not come true, and there was a lot of like fiddle dicking around in this game as well. So and again, it's like, so I'm taking a train across the country, and there'd be like this little girl comes along, and she's like, oh, my mommy is so mean and angry, and she's big and tough, and you go meet her, and she's literally like a gorilla, the way it's described, because you don't see it. And then you're just like, hello, ma'am. And then she looks on you like fondly because you're the valet, as you like hang out with her daughter to make sure she's okay, because I don't know, her father died in the war or something, because there's like wars going on at various points. Anyway. And then there's a lot of like other conversations you can just have with people, and those conversations tend to just be like the same fucking conversations over and over again. But don't worry, if it's a leader of like an airship or a boat or something, it's a woman, because women can do it too. Like, it's like I kept coming to my mind. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how come every like steam engine like engineer is a fucking broad? Like, I was like, the fuck is wrong with this game? Like, this is some stupid shit. Like, you're in like backwoods Mongolia, and it's like the leader of the chieftain of the tribe is like a woman. I was like, okay, game. Like, it's a little much. Like, the fuck, man. Stupid shit. Anyway, the game is again, like, but then it's like, you know, I don't get like stats anywhere. I don't get like accurate information when I'm making decisions. It's more woke because of that than like the women being in charge of everything in the world, right? Even in like backwoods Mongolia in like whatever the 1800s, right? It's just that like I do something and I don't get like information about like what's going on, and that's the woke thing that like really bothers me with a lot of these games. Is like, it's not even that they're like that in your face about it. This game is pretty in your face about it, but it's that like, I don't know what you want me to do, game. Like, you don't explain yourself. Like, you just have this like millennial kind of bullshit like wink and nod, and I'm like, I don't know what wink and a nod means, bro. Like, tell me how to play your fucking game, because you didn't. And I just kind of like figured it out, kind of, but at the end I was just like, well, I got here. I don't know how I got here, or like what the point of all this was, but I didn't really enjoy it, and like there was just so much dribble along the way that it really wasn't that good of a game, to be completely honest. Like, I was pretty disappointed. Like, I'd rather just read the fucking book again, to be completely honest. Like, that's a long ass kind of boring book, to be fair. So I was like, oh man, this shit. Okay, well, thank you, I guess, for entertaining me for, I don't know, 2 hours or something. Like, the game literally took me less than 2 hours to beat, and I was bored, like, I was bored after the first, like, 35 minutes, but at that point, I was like, I'm just gonna fucking finish this thing. It can't be that long. And then I did, and now I'm talking about it, and, ooh, we're not even gonna hit 10 minutes. There's nothing to talk about in this game. It's not a recommend by any stretch of the imagination, and, I mean, yeah. There you go. So go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.